All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about something that can completely change how you think about money. It's called the asset mindset. We're going to break down let's call it the geometry of wealth. It's simpler and way more powerful than you might think. So, here's the big question, right? You've got two people, they make the exact same amount of money. Let's say they're both pulling in 100 grand a year. Fast forward 10 years, one of them is well on their way to being rich, and the other is still completely broke, living paycheck to paycheck. How does that even happen? And your first thought is probably, oh, well, the rich one must have gotten a huge promotion or started some crazy side business. But, that's almost never the real story. The secret, it isn't about how much money you make. It's all about what you buy. It really just comes down to where your money goes every single day. Okay, so this difference in spending, it all comes down to two completely different mindsets. And these two ways of thinking lead to two very, very different fates. So what's the difference? It's really about motivation. The poor mindset, well, it's all about spending money to feel good right now. It's that instant hit of happiness. But the rich mindset, it's the total opposite. It's about spending money to feel secure later. So you've got this choice, feeling good for a moment or feeling secure for a lifetime. So, how does this actually work in the real world? Well, it all boils down to understanding two super important words for everything you buy: assets and liabilities. All right, let's start with liabilities. The definition is actually super simple. It's anything that takes money out of your pocket month after month. Think about it like this. It's a hole in your financial bucket, a constant leak. And we're surrounded by them, right? Your car, with its payment, its insurance, its gas, that's money just flying out of your pocket. That brand new phone you're paying off every month, that's one. Upgrading to a bigger place with higher rent and bills, yep, that too. These things feel great at first, but they're just constantly draining your cash. But then you've got the other side of the coin, assets. An asset is the exact opposite. It's something that puts money into your pocket, or at the very least, it holds its value. So instead of a hole in your bucket, an asset is like a faucet, constantly dripping more money in. And this is the really important part, the effect each one has on your life. See, liabilities just pile on the financial pressure. It's that nagging feeling of more bills, more things you owe. But assets, they do the exact opposite. They create little streams of income that work for you, even when you're sleeping. They reduce that pressure and give you a feeling of calm, of security. Okay, so we've got the definitions down. Now let's see how these two different mindsets actually use these tools to either build wealth or, destroy it. This is where it all clicks. With the poor mindset, the path is almost always the same. First, you get the lifestyle upgrade, the nice car, the bigger apartment, all the cool clothes. And how do you pay for it? Debt. And what happens when your life is built on debt that's just paying for more liabilities? You get this constant, low-level stress that just never leaves. It's a total trap. The rich mindset, though, it does the complete opposite. It flips the script. Before they even think about lifestyle upgrades, their number one priority is using their money to buy assets. We're talking about things like stocks or a rental property or a small business, anything that's going to make money for them down the road. The fancy stuff, that can wait. And this is the magic trick right here. Once they've built up that base of assets, they don't pay for their lifestyle with their paycheck anymore. Nope. They let the income from their assets pay for everything. Their money is officially working for them now, buying back their time and their freedom. And that, right there, is the whole game. This really sums it all up, doesn't it? Wealth isn't built by spending less. It's built by spending correctly. This isn't about being a cheapskate or never having fun. It's about being smart. It's about really understanding what happens to every dollar you spend and making sure you're pointing it towards things that build you up, not things that just weigh you down. And the most powerful thing about all this? It's just a skill. It's something you can learn. It's about training your brain to look at every single purchase and put it in one of two boxes. Once you start seeing the world that way, not just what something costs, but whether it's an asset or a liability, absolutely everything about your financial future begins to change. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. The next time you're about to buy something, doesn't matter if it's big or small, just stop for a second and ask yourself this one super simple question. Is this an asset or is this a liability? Is this going to make me richer or is it going to make me poorer? Because honestly, your answer to that question is what will shape your entire financial life.